Hey everyone, today we're tackling a question that's been on every Monsterverse fan's mind. Which titans have actually made Godzilla bleed despite his nearly impenetrable, ultra-durable scales? I mean, let's be real, Godzilla's skin is like nature's ultimate armor. This guy tanks nuclear explosions, military barrages, and even falls from orbit. But there are a few titans out there who've managed to crack the code and draw blood from the king of the monsters himself. So, who are they? And how did they do it? Let's break it down. Before we get into the titans who've hurt Godzilla, let's talk about why it's so hard to even scratch him. Godzilla's body is a biological masterpiece. His thick, overlapping dorsal plates and reinforced hide are designed to withstand insane punishment. His cells regenerate rapidly, and he absorbs radiation to heal. Plus, his dorsal spines are practically indestructible, capable of channeling his atomic breath without melting. So, damaging him? Nearly impossible, but not completely. Now, let's get into the rare cases where titans have actually made Godzilla bleed. And trust me, some of these will surprise you. The first titans to ever make Godzilla bleed in the Monsterverse were the MUTOs, specifically the male MUTO. Now, this guy wasn't as big or strong as Godzilla, but he had two key advantages: speed and those razor-sharp claws. During their fight in Honolulu, the male MUTO slashed Godzilla's gills, causing him to bleed. This was huge, because it proved Godzilla wasn't invincible. He had weak spots. The gills are one of Godzilla's few vulnerable areas, less armored than the rest of his body. The female MUTO later exploited this too, using her massive talons to stab into the same spot. So while the MUTOs weren't the strongest titans, they were smart enough to target Godzilla's weak points. MUTO Prime, a titan that some might not be familiar with unless you've followed the Monsterverse comics, particularly Godzilla Aftershock. Unlike the MUTOs from the 2014 film, MUTO Prime is a prehistoric behemoth that's not only massive, but has a unique biology that enables her to infect and disrupt Godzilla's body with seismic vibrations. Her claws and sonic attacks are strong enough to penetrate his hide, and during their encounter, she actually knocks Godzilla out, a feat few titans can claim. Not only does she cause Godzilla to bleed, but her attacks also affect him internally, suggesting a level of damage that surpasses superficial wounds. In terms of sheer raw danger, MUTO Prime is right up there with Ghidorah. Okay, now we're talking about the titan who did the most damage to Godzilla, the three-headed dragon himself, King Ghidorah. This alien monster wasn't just strong, he was ruthless. In their Antarctica fight, Ghidorah's electric bites and gravity beams overwhelmed Godzilla, and his talons? They left deep gashes all over Big G's body. But the worst part? Ghidorah lifted Godzilla into the sky and dropped him from a crazy height, leaving him battered and bleeding. Ghidorah is an extraterrestrial three-headed hydra who possesses not only immense physical power, but also devastating energy-based attacks. In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, 2019, the battle between Ghidorah and Godzilla is the stuff of legend. Ghidorah's gravity beams tear into Godzilla's skin, leaving burn marks and slashes that visibly damage him. Perhaps even more dangerous than brute force, though, is Ghidorah's ability to absorb and manipulate energy. At one point, Ghidorah even siphons nuclear energy directly from Godzilla, weakening him significantly. That level of biological vampirism, coupled with Ghidorah's savage combat style, makes him one of the few titans who can genuinely push Godzilla to his limits and inflict visible wounds. This was the first time we saw Godzilla genuinely struggling. Ghidorah's sheer power, flight advantage, and regeneration made him a nightmare opponent. And let's not forget, Ghidorah was the only titan to ever kill Godzilla, temporarily thanks to the nuke revive. So yeah, Ghidorah tops the list. Now here's the controversial one, Kong. Before GBK, fans debated whether Kong could even hurt Godzilla, but in Hong Kong, Kong proved he could. Using his agility, brute strength, and most importantly, that ancient battle axe, Kong cracked Godzilla's skull open. And let's not forget, Kong also punched Godzilla's wounds from the Ghidorah fight, reopening them. One of the most talked about titans who did manage to hurt Godzilla is none other than Kong. In Godzilla vs. Kong, 2021, Kong may not have the same size advantage, but he brings unmatched agility, intelligence, and of course, the battle axe, crafted from one of Godzilla's dorsal fins. That weapon changes everything. It allows Kong to actually absorb and redirect Godzilla's atomic energy, making it the perfect tool to bypass his natural defenses. During their climactic battle in Hong Kong, Kong uses the axe to land several solid blows on Godzilla, cutting through the skin and causing bleeding. One particularly brutal hit drives the axe into Godzilla's leg, drawing blood and making it clear that this isn't just a spectacle, it's a real fight with real stakes. Kong might not win the war, but he definitely wins a few battles, and the wounds he inflicts are among the most visible Godzilla has ever suffered. Now, some fans argue Kong had help. The axe absorbed Godzilla's atomic breath, making it stronger. But still, Kong's the only Titan besides Ghidorah to make Godzilla bleed from a head wound. Respect where it's due. If Ghidorah was Godzilla's deadliest organic foe, Mechagodzilla was his most dangerous mechanical one. Built from Ghidorah's skull, this thing was faster, stronger, and more vicious than Godzilla. Its proton scream melted Godzilla's skin, and its punches? They left Godzilla coughing up blood. At one point, Mechagodzilla was literally stomping on Godzilla's head, something no other Titan has done. Mechagodzilla is created by Apex Cybernetics and piloted, briefly, via the consciousness of Ghidorah. Mechagodzilla is a blend of alien intelligence and human technology. This mechanized Titan was engineered with one goal in mind: to kill Godzilla. With a tail drill, missile barrage, and advanced AI combat strategy, Mechagodzilla not only matches Godzilla in speed and strength, but actually overpowers him at one point. He slashes open Godzilla's skin, hurls him through buildings, and lands direct hits that send blood flying. This wasn't just about brute strength, it was precision, cold calculation, and tech-enhanced savagery. Godzilla was bleeding and overwhelmed until Kong joined the battle. Mechagodzilla remains one of the most effective Godzilla killers ever built. Without Kong's help, Godzilla might have lost this fight. Mechagodzilla didn't just make Godzilla bleed, it nearly killed him. Now let's talk about Titans who came close but didn't quite make Godzilla bleed. Rodan's fiery dive in s.c.r.e.a.m stunned Godzilla but didn't break skin. The Warbats in GDK choked him but couldn't pierce his hide. And Titans like Behemoth or Scylla, they wisely avoided fighting him. So close, but no blood. So, ranking the Titans who made Godzilla bleed, King Ghidorah brutalized him the most, Mechagodzilla almost killed him, Kong axe to the skull. MUTOs, first to find his weak spots, we have the original MUTOs, the male and female kaiju from Godzilla 2014. These creatures, feeding on radiation, posed a unique threat to Godzilla during his first major cinematic outing in the Monsterverse. Their EMP abilities disrupted Godzilla's senses, and the female MUTO, in particular, managed to land several hard blows. While we don't see massive bleeding, Godzilla's grunts and slowed movements suggest internal damage. The MUTOs may not have drawn rivers of blood, but their attacks were precise and disruptive enough to make Godzilla visibly struggle. But here's the crazy part. Godzilla always comes back stronger. His healing factor is insane, and each fight makes him more dangerous. So, even when he bleeds, he learns, adapts, and dominates. So, what do you think? Did we miss any Titans that might have hurt Godzilla? Despite his massive size, thick armor, and regenerative powers, Godzilla is not invincible. Across the Monsterverse, from films to comics, there have been numerous moments where Titans broke through his defenses. Whether it was Ghidorah's beams, Kong's axe, Mechagodzilla's arsenal, or MUTO Prime's seismic strikes, these Titans proved that even the apex predator can bleed. And in the world of Titans, when you can make a god bleed, others start to believe they can kill him. Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next Monsterverse deep dive. Until next time, stay atomic, folks.